It's a rare thing to have a film that's been, we shot 3 years ago and still hasn't come out yet. Well, that's one thing I was excited about with this role, is it was kind of perfectly tailored for me and the things that I'm fascinated with as far as it comes with acting. I'm excited. It's time for it to come out, and I think it's the right time. Hey, I'm Jared Leto, and this is how I became Dr. Michael Morbius. Yeah, when I got the role, I was fortunate because there's so much material. The character's been interpreted by many writers before in the comics. So I was just inundated. I was buried in comics, and that was great. I read as much as I could. And just educated myself about this character and all the stories, and the artwork, of course, is a big influence. Sometimes you can just look at a drawing and get inspired, and it can stoke your imagination. So some of my favorite was from the 70s. There was just kind of really elaborate, detailed drawings that were just so beautifully done. Those inspired me. I started at the beginning with the beautiful source material, and that was the launch pad. Well, I've always loved vampires too. When I was a little kid, one of the first movies I ever saw was the original Dracula, black and white. Was with my grandmother. I remember I was up late at night, couldn't sleep, and she let me watch it with her and on the television. And I love Lost Boys, Interview with the Vampire. I love The Hunger with David Bowie. There's so many great. Gary Oldman was incredible in Dracula, but there's something classic about it, there's archetypal about it that we keep revisiting for a reason. It's part of our culture. There's this a mythology there that I think we're drawn to. It's that kind of battle between good and evil, between our primal impulses, and it's just a fascinating one.
I was trying to help people, but the cure. It's a curse.
Michael.
The thing that I was really excited about is I had the opportunity to bring this character to life for the very first time on the big screen. I mean, a pretty big honor. It's rare that you have the opportunity to do this in the Marvel world because so many of these characters have been portrayed already. So that was a big responsibility. I buried myself in everything that I could. I dove as deep as I could. I did all the research, and then you have to let your imagination take over. And it was my job to interpret this character in this way, in a new way, and I really had a lot of fun with it. The challenge was there were really three roles in one. A frail Dr. Michael Morbius. When we meet him, he's at the end of his life. He's really fighting just to stay alive and to find a cure for this really rare disease. And then we see him when he's strong and healthy, and then ultimately when he's monstrous. So that was the big challenge here, is juggling those three, and I loved it.
All our lives we've lived with death. Why shouldn't they know what it feels like for a change? Just accept who you are.
The bad guy.
I've done such a variety of roles. Someone was saying the other day, imagine putting them all in the same room, and the conversation that would happen is just nuts, and even from just Paolo Gucci to We Crash to Morbius to Little Things to Joker, it's all so different. I like that. I like to find differences rather than similarities. Look, being sick and frail, and that physical component was really challenging. It's also kind of a dark place to be, but I had this beautiful experience working with people that have rare diseases, and they educated me and informed me and helped me with so much. But the hardest part was probably when Dr. Michael Morbius is healthy and seemingly kind of normal. To play a character close to me. I'm not saying I'm normal, but playing a character close to me was actually something I've done the least. So that was hard. That was challenging. To use a voice that's really close to my own was really unique. Yeah, it's that kind of role where you have a lot of surprises, and there are a lot of challenges. There's a lot of fighting in the film as well, and we had just an incredible group of stunt people and fight coordinators, and they are just the unsung heroes of projects like these. They do things that are just miraculous and, to be honest, pretty insane. There's movie magic at play sometimes. There's rehearsal and hard work and practice at play, but those. I'm always quick to let those people jump in and do their job, because that's what they train for, that's what they live for, and I love to share the experience with those people.
Who the hell are you, man?
I am Leto.
I'm just kidding. It's Dr. Michael Morbius at your service.
Yeah, I think it's hard to play good. Some people are great at that, but as an actor, to be someone who's so good all the time, that's not how we are. We're imperfect. We make mistakes, and I don't know. I think it's fascinating to take a look at that choice between that delicate line, that line of conflict between good and evil, and not being able to say no to that impulse is something we look at in this film quite a bit. It would be incredible to get in the ring with some of these phenomenal actors like Michael Keaton again, and Tom Hardy, and Tom Holland. That would be a dream come true. So Morbius is a new beginning. It's a character on screen for the very first time. It's in theaters April 1st, as we're coming out of this crazy COVID world, hopefully. And I think it's a perfect time to celebrate a big, fun popcorn movie like this. And who knows, maybe we'll be back.